Hey there, friends. Joy here with subrosatea.com. Happy National Tapioca Day. That's weird to say, right? Friends, I did not actually make that up. It is National Tapioca Day. And what does tapioca have to do with tea? Who knows, right? I do. I know. Did you know that bubble tea is made with actual tapioca? Does that sound weird to you? I grew up absolutely loving pudding. I love tapioca pudding, of course, but tapioca and tea? Say it isn't so. Is it a real thing? It is. Boba tea, spelled B-O-B-A, boba, or bubble tea is actually a real thing. And if you haven't tried to make it yourself, I want to show you how absolutely easy it is. And if you do make it yourself, friends, let me tell you, it will be the best you've ever had. So first, I just wanted to give you a super quick idea of what you're getting when you are out, okay? When you're out and you order bubble tea from a cafe. First of all, if you didn't know, welcome everyone. I'm the owner of Sub Rosa Tea, and I do not have a retail shop. I don't have a cafe. We do not sell tapioca or bubble tea or drinks, okay? I'm a loose leaf tea company. But good quality drinks should be made with good quality loose leaf tea. So everything, all of the tea that I'm going to be talking about today can be purchased on our website at subrosatea.com, but I'm going to give you a rough estimate. I don't even want to give you a recipe. I want to give you an outline, a guideline, so when you try to make it yourself, you are going to absolutely fall in love with this drink. It's very craveable, it's wonderful, and I know it's going to be totally your jam once you give it a try. Here where I live in Northern Ohio, for years and years, you could not get it anywhere. Nobody knew who it was, what it was. Quite frankly, I opened the business in June of 2012, and a lot of customers that I met didn't even know what loose leaf tea was, and they certainly didn't know what bubble tea is. But right now, in the year 2020, I literally have 3 different cafes within a few miles radius of where I live that sell bubble tea, but they're all doing it really differently. But the interesting thing is, they don't do it in front of you. None of the places that I can go to locally do it in front of you. I wonder why that is. What is the secret? What is the mystery? If you've ever seen bubble tea, and I just did a post yesterday with an image of what bubble tea typically looks like, you will see what your image probably is in your head is of big black pearls in the bottom of your iced tea glass. You might not have known what they were. They're tapioca. Today, for today's demonstration, I wanted you to know how to do it with tapioca you can get at the grocery store. This is not actually a specialty item. The black pearls may be a specialty item where you live, but where I live, you can totally get regular small pearl tapioca right in the grocery store. I'm sorry the camera's backwards, but I wanted you to at least know that Reese is the company that sells it at the grocery store, and it's tapioca. It's more than likely right in your baking section, which I know that sounds weird. We're going to be making a drink with something from your baking section, but friends, that's just the way it is. That's where tapioca normally is. So who's got time, right? Who's got time to make their own drinks? I do. I absolutely do. And I'm going to also tell you why. Because typical bubble tea is something I can no longer enjoy out in a cafe because it is filled with sugar. They make a simple syrup, they load it up. It's like eating a candy bar, and I do not feel well when I am done drinking bubble tea from a restaurant, which makes me really sad. So making your own boba tea is totally easy to do. So the first thing, what you need to do is make the boba. It's not hard to do. It's not. It's making tapioca. Now, the interesting thing about the package I just showed you, it doesn't tell you how to do it. It only tells you how to make pudding. Apparently, us crazy Americans like pudding more than we know how to make our own bubble tea, but I promise you it's really easy. So on your stove top, you're going to need 8 cups of water. And I literally use my big old stock pot. Friends, I'm Italian. I make sauce all the time. Yes, I own multiple big stock pots. I love soup. I love sauce. And it's also great for pudding. So in this big stock pot, I brought 8 cups of water up to a rolling bubble with the lid on. And then it only needs 1 cup of tapioca. Now, I don't know that I'm going to be able to show you all the tapioca that's in this stock pot, so I took some out. I wanted you to be able to see it up close. It's just pearls. It's tapioca pearls. It now looks like pudding or jello or gelatin. It's a starchy item, so it's going to make your tea thick. That's not weird, right? Is it weird? It probably is weird if you've never had it before, but have you ever had a milkshake? A milkshake is a beverage that's thick, so no reason why you wouldn't like bubble tea. But again, I am using the lighter colored small pearl tapioca pudding. Yes, most of them do use the larger black pearls, which may have shown up better on camera, but I don't care. I want my audience to be able to make this themselves with nothing else fancy except for Sub Rosa tea. So you're going to make your tapioca on the stovetop. The water comes to a boil, you add 1 cup tapioca. You turn it down to medium, 40 minutes. That's the bad news, but I was in the kitchen anyway. It just didn't matter to me whatsoever. Then you take it off the heat, put the lid on for another 20, and it will literally get like this. You can just stir it on occasion. It's not labor intensive. It's not hard to do. It's like making pudding. Have you had homemade pudding? Do you know how good that is? When you make it yourself, it is well worth your time. Hands down, homemade pudding is not comparable to the stuff in the little cups at the grocery store. And neither is tea, my friends. Make it yourself. It is so not hard. So I want to give you a tip though. If you are a person who does want your end result to be sweet, naturally sweet, now is the step that you would add your honey. I want your sweetness, whatever your sweetener is, to be dissolved. So dissolving it into the hot tapioca, that's the step where you want to do it. So honey is a great option if that's your jam. This girl is keto, so no sugar, no honey, but I've got some other great things with lots of sweetness. Trust me, I'm not missing the sugar. Also, typically, if you do like your sweets, I could also recommend you making a simple syrup. Now, again, I know that sounds kind of funny, like, oh, why do I want to go through an extra step? It's not hard. It's equal parts water and sugar boiled on the stove. That's not hard at all. You just bring it up to a heat, whisk it, it gets thick, it makes syrup. It's not hard. But that is typically what you will find them to add to your bubble tea when they make it in the shop, a simple syrup. You're not going to get honey in a normal bubble tea shop, not typically. So anyway, let's get to making it. So I've got 3 versions of bubble tea for you to try at home. First one, what should we do first? Oh, no matter what, you're going to add your scoop of pearls into the bottom of a tall glass. So again, I kind of wanted to show you the method. Oh yes, I also wanted to tell you, our sweet customer Noreen yesterday gave us a huge tip. So if you are going to try to make your own bubble tea at home, if you have an Instant Pot, put the tapioca in the Instant Pot. You can find the directions online. That seems to be the way to go. Miss Noreen, our customer, I know she lives on the West Coast. She gave me that tip. I owe it all to her. I don't have an Instant Pot. So if you don't have one either, don't give up. But she said that she actually enjoys bubble tea every day. So I can understand the encouragement of wanting to like hustle it along a little bit. Anyway, so we've got our tapioca in the bottom. Now, bubble tea is always, as far as I know anyway, I'm just going to put some ice into my tall glass. So it's always an iced beverage. It's always a cold beverage. So that's why I said if you're going to add a sweetener, do it when the tapioca is warm. That's the good time. So the first thing we're going to do is a plain bubble tea. This is it. This is tea. Now, for those of you who are brand new to my recipes, first of all, we got it. This was it. 3 steps. Tapioca, ice, tea. Out the door, we're done. I don't know why anyone would pay $4 to $5 for this when you can make it yourself, easy peasy and to your taste. Now, if you've never watched any of my videos, friends, we sell loose leaf tea here, okay? When you are out ordering bubble tea from a restaurant, it's not even tea bag tea. It's most likely a tea concentrate. That is like the lowest level of the tea planet. If you are watching my videos from the Sub Rosa Tea Facebook page or YouTube channel, I bet you know what good quality loose leaf tea is. And you probably also know how easy it is to make it cold. So this one, typical plain bubble tea, is made with black tea. And you can see I did that. It's nice, dark, brown, amber colored. Today, I chose to work with our raspberry Earl Grey. I love raspberry Earl Grey. It's a black tea. It does have raspberry and bergamot. Bergamot is a Tuscan orange, so it's got all those great summertime flavors, easily steeped up cold. This is nice, cold, steeped tea. If you are making it with tea bag tea, you would steep your tea bags hot. Of course, you're not going to cold brew a tea bag, but then you're going to let it cool. So with loose leaf tea, you can steep it cold. It's so great. So in this particular case, you're going to see the bubbles are in the bottom here. And friends, iced teaspoon. That's what it's for. Absolutely. So you can stir it up. You can gather the tapioca. I know when you're out in a shop, they typically give you a wide mouth straw. Quite frankly, I find that a little wasteful. I don't mind whatsoever using a spoon. So this is bubble tea number 1. Now, next off, milk bubble tea. Milk bubble tea, I'm going to say, is probably the most popular bubble tea there is. This one, I'm going to show you how I cold steeped it because I wanted you to see how easy it is. We sell these flask iced tea jugs. The tea leaves are here with the water. So when I pour this out, you're going to see the lid acts like a strainer to keep all the leaves down, and all you're going to get is the beverage in your cup. Now, as you can tell, I used a green tea. Not to be redundant, I didn't pick a fruit tea, but I wanted it to be sweet. One of the sweetest green teas that we sell is our maple walnut. Oh yes, you heard that right. It is absolutely a great green tea. It has walnuts, almonds, pineapple, and maple brittle. So it does already have a natural nutty and sweet taste to it. No sugar necessary. So, like I said, first up, we've got our tall glass. The tapioca is going in to the bottom. Oh, that's right. I wanted to tell you, when you are making this, am I still on camera? Sorry. Not a professional kitchen, friends. I am my own photographer and light person, cameraman, all those things. So anyway, when you were making it yourself, I wanted to make sure that you knew that when you make the tapioca, you're going to need to keep it hot while you prepare your bubble tea. Right now, I just recently took this pot off the stove and it doesn't have a lid on, so it's not warm. So the tapioca pearls will get hard rather quickly when they're removed from the heat. So once again, the ice, lots of great ice cubes. Oh yes, and another thing, did you see? I'm putting ice in here. That's typically the way bubble tea is made. So I want you to think this through. When you are making your own world's best boba tea, you want to make the tea concentrated, okay? I would say twice as many tea leaves in here because you want the tea to be concentrated, because it will be unconcentrated after you pour it onto over the ice cubes. Easy peasy. So once again, this is a green tea. So right now I would call this plain bubble tea, but a great way to do this, like I said, the most popular way to make bubble tea is with milk. So you've got lots of choices in the world. Oh, let me show you. Lots of choices, but I think typically everyone would say that whole milk is a really great option. That skim milk is just too watery, heavy whipping cream is just too thick, but whole milk is the way to go for bubble tea. Now, I didn't even stir this up, but that's the way typical bubble tea is. Most people do enjoy it with milk. If you didn't know, whole milk does have naturally occurring sugars in it, so it will give it some sweetness. So if milk bubble tea is for you, we're done. 4 steps. Tapioca, ice, iced tea, and milk. How easy is that, friends? You've got this. One more trick, though. The third kind of bubble tea that is very, very common and very, very popular, I'm going to make right now. Now, what you're looking at here, friends, is I made cannonball ice cubes. These are cannonball ice cubes that I put blueberries in because I am going to make a fruit bubble tea. So we sell these cannonball ice cube makers. What I did was I just took blueberries, filled up the tray, filled up the water halfway, so not down to the crease, but halfway up the lip. You put the lid on and you've got your own homemade ice cubes, anything you want. I totally could have done it with tea, but I wanted you to see a fruit option that didn't have any tea in it in case you're making it for friends, family, your children, whatever. So what I've got here are, again, my cannonball ice cubes that I made with blueberries. So this is kind of a twofer. We've got some fruit in here. Of course, I have to add a scoop of the tapioca pearls. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add more fruit. My house always has berries, and I definitely have strawberries from the farmer's market. As you heard me say in the beginning of the video, I live in Northern Ohio. It is the month of June. It's National Tapioca Day, and strawberries are 100% in season where I live. So getting fabulous quality strawberries this time of year, not hard at all. So what you're looking at is literally pureed strawberries. I added just a pinch of water, just a splash, to make my little bullet thing squish up everything and make it a nice pourable liquid. So right over it goes, and we have got fruit Boba. That's it, friends. How easy is that? I will say, though, if you do not have fresh strawberries in your area, a secondary choice on this one would totally be frozen strawberries. A lot of grocery stores nowadays do sell frozen fruit in a complete section called frozen fruit section next to the veggies. In my grocery store, it's next to the pie and the bread. That's a little suspicious, but that's where I found frozen berries. And this, again, friends, we're making an iced tea drink. So having frozen berries, totally a great choice. And if that's your jam, go with it. Once again, if you are adding honey or sweetener, you would have done that prior to. But this is a great time to take a sip. Take a sip. See if the berries need anything extra. They might not. This is also this fruit bubble tea option. You're making it yourself. If you want to add some milk, go for it. It's here. It's great. I would stir it up, though. Once again, long teaspoon that goes all the way to the bottom. Stir it up so every single bite gets it. And again, it's bubble tea. So yes, it's going to be nice and thick and totally fabulous. So I don't see, I am kind of watching to see if anyone has any comments. I don't see any. Friends, I hope that you will try this yourself. We have well over 100 flavors of loose leaf tea. All of them would be good as bubble tea. So no matter what you do to celebrate National Tapioca Day, I certainly hope that you have yourself a cup of tea and take care of you. Bye-bye, friends.